Hello, Ken Obasi, Leslie here. Um, I'm doing another reading. Today is I think it's the 11th. Um, I'm not sure, but I'll check on that. Sometimes I just, totally forget what the date is. I should have been prepared, But anyhow, I had shuffled the cards. I'm going to do a reading here using the Osho Zen Tarot. And, like I always say that, I usually do a reading based upon the energy that is in the environment, and the cards usually, more or less they tell me what's going on, what's happening with the energy, what's happening with us, what's happening with the spirit, with the stars, whatever. So this first card that I had pulled, I had already shuffled them and everything and pulled them. So, and this first card here is called the Rebel. And basically, as you can see, the Rebel is, it's powerful. It's a authoritative figure. You have to excuse me right now, because my cat Sebastian is trying to become a part of this, and every time I'm back here with her, she wants to jump up on my lap or whatever, she said, but not right now, The powerful and authoritative figure in this card is clearly the master of his own destiny. And on the shoulder is a emblem of the sun, and the torch he holds in the right hand symbolizes the light of his own hard-won truth. Whether he is wealthy or poor, the Rebel is really an emperor because he has broken the chains of society, the repressive conditioning, the opinions. He has formed himself by embracing all the colors. He embraced all the colors, and of the rainbow, emerging from the dark and formless roots of his unconsciousness past and growing wings to fly into the sky. His very way of being rebellious, not because he is fighting against anybody or anything, but because he has discovered his own true nature and is determined to live in accordance with it. The ego is a spirit animal, a messenger between earth and sky. The Rebel challenges us to be courageous enough to make or to take the responsibility for who we are and to live our truth. People are afraid, right? It's just that there's so many decisions that are being made now based upon fear, and the fear that overtakes what is inside us, the truth that is inside us, the voice that is telling us which way to go. But the fear and the pressure from the environment and everything is overriding that, and and the pressure in the environment creates what you call emotions, and a lot of times, and hey, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with emotions, but when they really get out of kilter, when they really go into the intense mode, then that's when there's a problem. So people are afraid, very much afraid of those who know themselves. You have certain power, certain aura, certain magnetism, a charisma that can take out alive young people from the traditional imprisonment. The enlightened man cannot be enslaved. That is the difficulty. And he cannot be imprisoned. Every genius who has known something of the inner is bound to be a little difficult to be absorbed. He's going to be upsetting. He's going to be an upsetting force. The masses don't want to be disturbed, even though they may be in misery. They are in misery, but they are accustomed to the misery. And hey, don't take me out of it. I'm used to this misery. I'm used to worrying about things and getting emotional about. I'm used to that status quo. And anybody who is not miserable looks like a stranger. Looks crazy. The enlightened man is the greatest stranger in the world. He does not seem to belong to anybody. No organization confines him. No community, no society, no nation, So, it's just that, we're in this time of like deep choices, and no matter what the choice that we make, and I'm not gonna be here to say, hey, make this choice or make that choice or whatever. It's just that we have to make choices based upon our own situation. This next card is the Master. The Master in Zen is not a master over others, but a master of himself. His every gesture, his every word reflects his enlightened state. He has no private goals, no desire that anything should be other than the way it is. The Master don't teach the truth. There's no way to teach it. It is a transmission beyond scripture, beyond words. It is energy provoking, energy in you. It's a kind of synchronicity. You have to approach the Master with great love, with great trust, with open heart. You are not aware of who you are. He is aware of who he is. He is aware of who you are. The caterpillar might be said to be unaware that it may become a butterfly. You are a caterpillar. All caterpillars are bodhisattvas. Bodhisattvas mean one who can become a butterfly, who can become a Buddha. When he is a Buddha in the seed, in essence, the Master discipline relationship is the relationship between the caterpillar and the butterfly. A friendship between caterpillar and butterfly. The butterfly cannot prove that the caterpillar could become a butterfly. There is no logical way, but the butterfly can provoke a longing in the caterpillar. That is very possible. So, we have to be a master of our own selves, and just because the work is about us. The work is about us leveling up and doing the things and dealing with our shadows and dealing with all those things that we need to deal with in order to elevate. My next card is control. Control. Control persons are always nervous because deep down turmoil is still hidden. If you are uncontrolled, flowing, alive, then you are not nervous. There's no question of being nervous. Whatsoever happens. You have no expectation for the future. You are not performing. Then why should you be nervous. To control the mind, one has to remain so cold and frozen that no life energy is allowed to move into your limbs, into your body. If energy is allowed to move, those repressions will surface. That's why people have learned how to be cold, how to touch others and yet not touch them, how to see people and not see them. People live cliches. Hello, how are you? Nobody means anything. They are just to avoid the real encounter of two persons. People don't look into each other's eyes. They don't hold hands. They don't try to feel each other's energy. They don't allow each other to pour. Very afraid, somehow just managing, cold and dead, in a straitjacket, and that is happening in this world as we day by day. It's just like until we are able to get to that place where we can feel that we can relate, but it's really, essentially, it's about us. It's about us. The dream. This has been said again and again down through the ages. All the religious people have been saying this. We come alone into this world. We go alone. All togetherness is illusionary. The very idea of togetherness arises because we are alone, and the aloneness hurts. We want to drown our aloneness in relationship. That is why, because so much involved in love, try to see the point. Ordinarily, you think you have fallen in love with a woman or with a man because she is beautiful, he is beautiful. That is not the truth. The truth is just the opposite. You have fallen in love because you cannot be alone. You were going to fall. You were going to avoid yourself somehow or another. And there are people who don't fall in love with women or men. Then they fall in love with money. They start moving into money or into power trips. They become politicians. Check that out. That too is avoiding your aloneness. If you watch yourself deeply, you will be surprised. All of your activities can be reduced to one single source. The source is that you are afraid of your aloneness. The source is you are afraid of your aloneness. Everything else is just an excuse. The real cause is that you find yourself very alone. So this is what this card is, dealing with the dream. And, okay. But basically, again, you can, take these ideas and these concepts and apply them to yourself, and, it's, again, just pulling cards from Osho Zen Tarot. This last card here is the Fool. A fool is one who goes on trusting. A fool is one who goes on trusting against all his experience. You deceive him, and he trusts you. And you deceive him again, and he trusts you again. And you deceive him again, and he trusts you again. Then you will say that he's the fool. He does not learn. His trust is tremendous. His trust is so pure that anything can corrupt it. Be a fool in the taoist sense. in the Zen sense, don't try to create a wall of knowledge around you whatsoever. Experience comes to you, let it happen, and then go on dropping in. Go on cleaning your mind continuously. Go on dying to the past so you remain in the present. Here now, as if just born, just a babe, in the beginning, it's going to be very difficult. The world will start taking advantage of you. Let them. They are poor fellows. Even if you are cheated and deceived and robbed, let it happen, because that is really yours cannot be robbed from you, because which is really whatever is yours cannot be taken from you. That which is really yours, nobody can steal from you. And each time you don't allow situations to corrupt you, the opportunity will become an integration inside. Your soul will become more crystallized. So, this basically card is the Fool. So, but I'm not going to take too much time and everything. I just wanted to, quickly do a reading here and get it out the way. And until next time, this is Ken Obazi Leslie, and you have a great day.